let's understand about the second unit now, and that is purely onto the Azure. That is your Azure architectural services. Okay, and we are going to see them in detail. Obviously, then you will be able to understand. But in the unit one, it is now clear that you are having a fair enough idea about the cloud computing and the cloud models. Okay. Now, what we are going to see here in the unit 2, that is your Azure architecture and the services, how the Microsoft Azure has introduced and what are the component or the services available in the market. Okay. So let's begin with our first thing, that is your Azure architectural component. What are their uh, key points and what are the content for this particular unit, that is unit number 2, is that we will be starting with what is Azure regions and availability zones, followed by we will be seeing about the compute and networking. Then we'll be understanding about the storages. Okay, followed by we will be able to see about the identity, access and security. Okay, these terminologies may be very new to you, but don't worry. After the end of the today's part, we will be able to cover most of them, and remaining part we will be covering it tomorrow. Okay, so let's begin without any further ado. So the lesson number 1, that is how the Microsoft Azure has introduced. So before I start with our discussion, you will be surprised to know that Microsoft Azure has came into picture in 2010. Okay, so it's been now 15 years, but the market Microsoft Azure has gained, it's tremendous. Okay, so Microsoft is a company, you know already, and Azure is their product. Okay, which has been launched in 2010. So that is a quite little bit history about the Microsoft Azure, what we are going to learn. Okay, and these are the cloud provider. Cloud provider, what is cloud providers? Who is providing you the cloud computing services? What services? We have seen it before the break. Okay, so those things we understood, like a compute, storage, networking, those things are there. Okay, so let's start with the first lesson that we are going to cover here. But before I start with it, before I start and with our Azure services and talk about them, Microsoft Azure account is very useful and very important for you to get started. Okay. So when I say about Microsoft Azure account, I mean that what I mean something related to your Microsoft Azure portal where you will be creating or deploying the things. Okay. So let me just quickly show you. So you can see that this is what I was talking about, guys. Okay. So you can see that this is a portal. This is a portal, Microsoft Azure portal, that is portal.azure.com. And we need to have this account created on this particular portal so that you will be able to utilize these services. You can create the services. And for that, we need an account. Okay. So how many types of accounts is possible, guys? We have multiple types of account. So first of all, we will be having our main Azure account that looks like just now I shown you, right? So it looks like this. Okay, so this is your account. You will be able to manage everything under one place. You will be able to manage everything under one place. Now, Microsoft is giving free account for the learners that that wanted to start their career in the Azure cloud. They are giving you, if you have a valid credit card, okay, you will be able to identify yourself. Then they will be giving you first $200 credit for first 30 days and 12 months of free popular services you will be getting in Azure account. Okay, to get yourself created with it, you need a particular free trial account that will be giving you a 200 credit for 30 days, but only if you have a valid credit or debit card. Okay, don't worry, it won't be getting charged, but you will be able to understand that Microsoft needs to validate your identity. That's why they need to understand the card details. Third, you will be having Azure free student account for some of the organizations, or you would say some of the universities and colleges. Microsoft is offering 100 dollar credit, which is free for the developer tools for the student with no credit card required. Okay, so if you want to, if you are able to show your valid membership or valid official account or you a college account or college email address, you will be able to get this free account. And followed by the last, they are giving you some sandbox account which you can create it, which you can experiment for working on the various Azure services. So that is mainly the various types of account, okay, available. Now, one more thing, please pay your attention. If your free trial account has expired, then after 30 days, what you will do? Let's suppose first 30 days you have a credit. You are enjoying and you are using it for 30 days. After that, what you will do? Then your subscription will be converted into pay as you go. Pay as you go. Are you getting my point? So whatever you are using, that will be charged on a monthly bill on your credit card. So in a very simple language, I'm telling you, first you will be validating your identity. They will be giving you 200 rupees credit, dollar credit for first 30 days. After this 30 days is over, it will be converted into pay as you go. Pay as you go, whatever you are using in the cloud, okay, you need to pay, that will be generating a monthly bill, just like you're getting a postpaid bill of your broadband of your mobile data connections, right? Similarly, you are getting a pay as you go bill after the end of the month. Okay, so that is called as pay as you go. Okay, so I hope it is clear. It's pretty straightforward and pretty informative, right? So this is how you need a valid portal or a particular website, and that website name is portal.azure.com. Whatever the practicals you are doing, whether you are working in the corporate, this is a main page where you are landing up. Okay, so that is 100% required and your account needs to be created. Okay, so that is one thing which we need to. Now we will be able to walk through. Okay, what is a walkthrough? You can go up to the website. You can go to the Google. Okay, you can type up the particular Azure thing. Okay, let me see if I have the Azure free trial. So if you go to here, let me quickly bring up for you. You can see I went to the Google. I just type Azure free trial. You can go to this free trial account, okay, and you can start with the sign up, okay, 200 account credit, and then you can go it as a pay as you go, okay. You can refer it. You can multiple services are there. You can create it, okay. So this is the link I will give you in the chat section, so you can have a look later on, okay. Now don't create it because it will be time consuming, and you can later on if you face any issue, just like let us know. Okay. So this is a quick walkthrough. First you sign up to the Azure, then you create a Microsoft account. For this, you need Outlook @Outlook or hotlive.com, right? Or even if you have the other vendor, Gmail and other, that will also work. But it is preferable that you create a Microsoft account first, and then you can go to this particular Google or sign up for the Azure websites, and then you can verify your identity. And then after the successful validation on the basis of your card identity, you will be giving with the credits. Okay, so that's how you will be started exploring with the 200 credits with the free services. Okay, so that is what we are giving with the account. Okay, anyone having any doubt in the account creation? Later on you can practice it, but at least you understood the different, at least you understood the occur of like when it is come into the existence and how to create an account, right? Everyone able to understand that? Is it clear? Any doubt? Pretty simple. You can try it and let us know if you face any issues. Okay, so that is what I told you, that the account is required. Now, going forward, we will be having a basic requirement to learn Microsoft Azure. What is the basic requirement to learn Microsoft Azure? Now it starts with the main thing, that is your first is your subscriptions. Okay, the very basic thing which is required for you to have and to get created is your subscription. So guys, what I will do from now onwards, okay, till the end of this today's session and tomorrow as well, whatever we are teaching, I will just correlate it. We will not be doing practical obviously. right? But I will be showing you how it looks like onto the Azure portal so that you will be able to understand what I'm teaching. Okay, so you can understand that. The first thing, which is a basic requirement to create any resources in Azure, that is your Azure subscription. Okay, so first of all, subscription is just like a kind of your electricity bill. You're getting an electricity bill at your home after the usage every month. You're getting an electricity bill, right? Where you are using your electricity for your refrigerator, your television, multiple appliances. You're using it, ACs, right? Everything you're using it, and you're getting a one bill. Similarly, you need a valid Azure subscription. For that, you are getting these things in the rental basis, and for that you need to create the subscription. Once you create your account, guys, you will be getting a free trial subscription. Okay, so it's a billing boundary. It will help you to understand what you can actually create it. So if you go to the portal, how it looks like this. See, subscription. This is a search bar. If you type SUBS here, over here, you can find it like a subscription. You can get multiple subscription out of it. See, multiple subscription. I have the other subscription also, but multiple subscription is there. Okay, my subscription. So one account can have multiple subscription. Are you getting my point? One account can have multiple subscriptions. So one subscription has been active, and this is a monthly bill which I am getting it. Okay. So under for my resources. Okay. So that is what it is, subscription. Without subscription, you cannot create anything in Microsoft Azure. Please understand. Okay. So that's why the subscription is used. Is it clear, guys? Yes or no? Are we clear? Quick yes. Am I clear? Okay. So those things is there. Now, second thing, what is required? Second thing, what is required? Second thing we required to create a particular, let's suppose today you decided to create server. Today you decided to create storage account, database, multiple things you decided. But before creating any resource, what it is actually required? Before creating any resource, what it is actually required? The resource. I'm just like a box. Yes, resource group is just like a container, small box, where you are filling up the resources. Where you are filling up the resources. So what is a resource group? So basically a resource group is used to group your resources. Whenever you are creating anything, okay, whenever you are filling up the resources, those things can be filled in under this resource group. Okay, so if you go to the portal, guys, if you go to the home, okay, and if you just type resource groups, see, I just type resource groups, just type the resource groups over here, and you can see that I have so many resource groups available. Okay, and it's pretty simple how to create it. You can go to this, click on create, and you can see, first of all, they will ask you that, sir, madam, please tell us the subscription, what you want to choose. I will say that, okay, I can choose this my subscription. What is the name you want to give to this container? Box. I can say, okay, box 01. Then they will ask you where you want to place this container, under which region. See, we have so many regions available. I am sitting from India. I am sitting in India, right? You are sitting in one part of the country. But I can deploy it in Mexico Central also, this resource group. That is the power of cloud. That is the power of cloud computing. Why the people are moving to the cloud? That is the reason. Sitting at one place, deploying the resources to the other region and the country. It is absolutely possible. I can click on create. This is how I can create this resource group, and you can click on this create button. So once you can click on this, it will be able to create it. See, if you refresh it, my box 01 has been created. If you go to this, go to the resource group. See, I can create the box 01. Okay. I have so many resource groups created under my account. What is the maximum number of resource group we can create under the subscription? It depends upon the quotas and limits. Okay, it will depend upon the quotas and limit. How much limit your? I believe it's more than like I need to check on that honestly. I will let you know for sure. Okay, but it is depend upon the quota and limit. We cannot determine the exact number, but yeah, it depend upon the quota and limit of the subscriptions. Okay, so this is how you can create the resource groups in this thing. Will have a subscription ID, everything is there. Okay, so this is one thing which we are having in the resource group. Okay, quota is something you can say that what quota your subscription is aligned. Okay, so I don't want to take it up now, but since you have asked, I can quickly go to this subscription. So this is my subscription, guys, and here is deployment quotas, usage and quotas. See, I have usage and quota under my subscription where I can get all these quotas available for my resources. See, multiple resources. But those things we can take it offline because others will get confused, right? So that's fine. Okay. So let's come back to our discussion. That is your resource group. Okay. So it's having a flexible, it's having the regional reach, flexibility, and modular design. Okay. So tomorrow, if you want to fill up these resources, you can do it in the resource group. Okay. That is called as resource group. Now we have something called as resources. So guys, one common hierarchy which is being followed over here is that first you create the subscription, then you create the resource group, and then under that resource group you are putting up the resources. What resources? Multiple resources, virtual machines, storage accounts, virtual networks, app services, right? Anything, whatever you feel like, right? You can put it under this particular box. Okay, that is a container. You can pull it in this resource. Is it clear, guys? Right? So Azure resources are there. And in Microsoft Azure, we have plenty of resources available. So we have virtual machine, we have storage account, virtual networks, app services. Multiple things are available in Azure resources. Some is providing you the compute, some. So all these are the compute resources, right? We will discuss it for sure. We will discuss it. We will understand also, but in the other part of the our discussion. Okay, so this is how it is being terminology. But what is the key takeaway from you? Is that always remember this hierarchy, guys. What I told you? First is your subscription, then is your resource group, and then is your resource. If you understand this simple hierarchy, you will never get confused while creating the resources from the Azure portal. Okay, so even if you go to the portal, I will just quickly show you also so that you can understand. See, I have in the left hand side, I have something called a resource group. See, all these things are there. So if you go to the RG01, I can have the multiple resources listed over here. Now I don't have the resources, but it will listed over here. Okay, so that is the power of your resource group to group out the resources. Let's suppose tomorrow the finance team wants to delete the resources or made the changes. Anything they want to do it, they can do it with the help of this under one section. Okay, so those things are there from your resource group point of view. Okay, we will be discussing about the resources. Now, if this is clear, then what is the next? What is the basic requirement? Whenever you are deploying any resource group or any resources, the very foremost requirement to deploy your resources is your Azure regions. That is 100% possible and required also. You need to have a valid reason. Please listen carefully. You need to have the valid region up and running for deploying your resources. So altogether we have 60 plus regions. Okay, in 140 countries, we have 60 plus regions. Now, sir, what is a region? We don't understand it, right? Region is having one or more than one data center. Region is having one or more than one data center. Okay, so data center is there. Then under one region, we have one or more data center, and within the region, we are having the geographies or countries. Didn't get it? No worries. Let me tell you from the particular website so that you can understand what I was talking about. Just give me a minute. Let me get that thing up and running from the Google. Yes. Okay, guys. So what I did, see, I will do whatever like in the Google, I will type it. I will give you that also, right? How I am exploring. I go to the Google, I went to the Google and I typed Azure Global Infrastructure. If you click on explore, if you go to this, some of the countries are yet to be announced with their data center or the regions. They have just determined the countries. They have not started with the regional data center. That's why. Okay. So I'm just going. Let me show you how it looks like. Okay. Everyone knows what is data center. Okay. Data center. So it looks like this, guys. Okay. See, this is how it looks like the data center. It's a place where your data is being hosted. It is having a compute networking power, which is how your data is been actually hosted in the cloud. And these data centers are managed by the Microsoft. So you would be surprised to know that Microsoft has started the data center in the water. See this thing also. Just they cannot so to invest less amount on the cooling because it will generate a lot of heat, right? Those things are there, so it will be maintaining those things, and you can see that this they are understanding. Microsoft finds underwater data centers are reliable, practical, and use energy. You can see. Understood? So that's why I'm telling you, Microsoft is doing tremendous job in terms of expanding it, right? So this is a data center. I hope everyone is understood what is data center. So if you have understood about the data center, so we will be having something called as Microsoft data center over to globally, how it is available. So you can see that Mexico Central is one of the region. Whatever you are seeing in this small, I can play with this globe. See, I can play around with this globe. Whatever you are seeing this thing, right? This small icons you can see. So these are the regions. Okay, and within the region we have the data center. See, we have the Qatar, we have Israel. Israel also have the data center, and it is having the where when it is open 2023. That is last year. What is the C product in the region? What are the product available in the region? All these things are there, right? So this is what about the region, and within the region we have the data center, right? So everything is there. We have the regional filter, okay? We have the global filter. So if you talk about the North Central US here, you can see West US, multiple things are there, right? Japan East, it's everywhere, right? So that's what it is all about, the data center, okay? And we have the regions. So basically, when if you want to understand what I just now told, is that first will be your geography. Geography will be nothing but a kind geography, or you can call it as a country. Okay. So let's suppose India is a geography. Okay. And within the India, we have data center where? Where we have the data center? We have in Central India, West India, and South India. Okay. And these are the data center which is having at least, so these are the regions, sorry. These are the regions which is having at least one data center. Are you getting my point? This is your geography or the country. And within the country, what we are having? We have the region. And within the region, what we are having? We have the data center. Is it clear now, everyone? Make sense? Okay. So this is called as region. So Microsoft say that you can rely us on various terminologies. Guys, is it clear? Regions is clear? Yes or no? Just a quick confirmation. Regions, countries, data center, is it clear? I have shown you from the Google as well. Can you just confirm me? Okay, perfect. So that is what we are having in the region part. Okay. Microsoft say that now one more thing. Microsoft say that okay, the customer can say that, right? If your one of the region is down, then how would we trust Microsoft? What you can do for us to make our system up and running? So Microsoft say that don't worry, sir. We have a concept of region pairs, where we are pairing up the regions and we are making your system up and running. So 300 miles separation, 300 miles away, you will be having a geographical location. This is one region. This is another region which is 300 miles away, and we are making it happen. Okay, it is having the automatic replication. Data is automatically replicated between the region for higher availability. Okay, we are having the priority of priority of recovery also. Those things are there, which we are going to understand it. Okay. So we have the sequential updates also. We have a lot of things available in the regional pairs. Okay. So one region is paired with another region. Okay. So that if one region is not available, at least other region will be able to serve your purpose. That is called region pair. Okay. If you go ahead, what are the regions paired? So this exactly looks like this, guys. If you see, so region 1 and region 2. See, North Central US is paired with South Central US, and you can see that West US to West US, Canada Central, Canada East. So supports automatic data replication for critical resources and prioritize region recovery protocol. Okay, so those things are there, which we are having it in the region pair. Okay, so this is one thing which we need to understand and we need to format. Okay. So if you go to the Google also, let me quickly open. Just give me a minute. We see that I have that Azure region. Yes. So if you look for this thing, so this is what I was talking about. You can see that we have the multi-region. We have the Azure paired region. If you go to this, so we have the paired region list of Azure region. So here you can see that we have this paired region. Azure region list. Okay. If you consider India as a geography, for India, and show you and see that Central US, multiple things are there. Yeah, yeah. Central India, we have the Central India. South, it is paired with the South India region. Okay. Physical location is Pune and geography is India. Geography means country. Physical location, paired region. Okay. So those things are there in your region pair. Okay, guys. So this is how the region pair actually works like that. Now we have another thing that is called as your availability zone. Okay. Now one thing which we need to understand here is that, let's suppose, let me just take it. Yes. Okay. Let's suppose what happened. We have one data center. This is in, please understand guys, this is in one region, that is region 1. We have another data center. That is your region 2. Okay, please understand. I just now told you that regions are having at least one data center. So it is having two, it is having two. Okay. Now what is happening in the availability zones? Now under this zone, okay, let's consider one thing. Yeah. So what is availability zone? Let's consider this as a zone 1 and zone 2. So availability zone occurs for the same region. Please understand. Availability zone occurs for the same region, but here we are dividing the data center in the zone wise. So that tomorrow, if these two data center is not available, at least your other zone from that particular region will be able to serve your purpose. That is called as availability zone. Are you guys getting my point? What I'm saying? So that is called as availability zone. So No, data center and availability zone are different. That's what I'm saying. Please understand. This is zone means what? Zone means we are grouping the data center. Understand like this. We have two data center 1 and 2, we are making it as one zone. Then we have another two data center, we are making it in another zone. Is it clear now? So what is zone? Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. So, but this availability zone occurs for the same region. They occurs for the same region. If it is central US, then these zones also belongs to the same region only. Okay, so that is called as availability zone for you. Clear? Region and DC is same of different. Region under the region. That's what I told you. This is your region. Region is bigger picture. Inside the region, we have multiple data center. Are you getting my point? So what I'm trying to say here is that this is one region. Let's suppose central India. Inside the central India, I have the data center in zone 1 and in another data center in zone 2. Okay, so I can have these data center but belongs to the same region. So if this zone is not available or due to some outage, other will be there. Okay, so that is what, yes, it happens for the disaster recovery or for the getting the higher availability. That's what it is happening in the availability zone. Is it clear? Am I clear with this? Okay, so that is called as availability zones. Now we have some regions. We have some regions which is coming under the sovereign regions category. Now what is sovereign regions category? Particular organization or particular country government is having some compliance or the rules and regulation that we need our data or the servers or the applications to be hosted in the particular region only within the boundary, within the geographical boundary or within the country boundary. What does it mean? It means that the US government, whatever the portal they are using, whatever the services they are using, it must reside under the US region only. Are you getting my point? I can deploy the resources in Canada Central India. That is possible. But some of the countries, particular services has bookmark it or make a compulsion, a regulation that they needs to they needs to host their application or the particular thing within your particular geopolitical boundary, or that is a country under inside the country. So we have some such as a US government and Azure China. So Azure government provides a secure isolated cloud environment tailored to meet the stringent security and compliance requirement of US government agencies. US government agencies wants that their data need not to be hosted in some other place. It needs to be there at their boundary. Okay. Similarly, for your Azure China, Microsoft leads is first foreign public cloud provider in China operating in full compliance with the regulations. So China, they need their data centers, which is very important. They needs to host their data within that boundary only. So even if you create the resources for your customer or for the client, they have a lot of compulsions, regulation, restrictions for their data. Okay, that comes under the category of Azure sovereign regions. Okay, so that is called a this thing. Only two things are there. Exploring Azure global infrastructure. We just now explored the global infrastructure, right? I shown you how to go there. So it's look like this. Okay. You can see multiple things that we have done, and this is your infrastructure. If you want to explore it, I will provide you the link. You can explore this thing. Okay, in the chat I have pasted. Okay, so this is one thing which we have understood. Now we have so many things covered in this part. Now there is one thing which is very important and without which we cannot proceed further in terms of governance or compliance, is something called as management rule. Guys, if you understand this hierarchy, only this hierarchy, I'm repeating it once again. If you understand this hierarchy, your basics of Microsoft Azure Cloud understood. Are you getting my point? I'm repeating it what I just now said. If you understand this diagram only, if you understand this diagram only, you will be clear with your basics of Microsoft Azure. Very basic. Why I am telling you this thing? Because it is having everything which a particular person needs to understand. Even if you're a fresher also, understand like this. We are clear with this word subscription. What is subscription? Everyone knows now, right? For just like an electricity bill, we are using the subscription. Inside the subscription, what we are having? We are having a box. What box? Resource groups. We are having multiple resource groups. And inside the resource group, what we are having? We are having the resources. Okay. See, every resources belongs to some box. And that box is nothing but a resource group. And that resource group belongs to some subscription. Then what is this management group? Management group control your governance over to the multiple subscription. Let me say that you have 100 subscriptions. You have 100 subscription under your account and you want to enforce some policies over to the multiple subscription. Would you go individually to each and every subscription? Answer me this question. Will you go to each and every subscription and force the policy? No, right? What you will do? You will apply the policy at the management group level. Automatically, it will get inherited to all the levels. That is called as management group importance. Now understood? Is it clear, guys? Am I clear? Yes or no? Simple? No, sir, it's going as a bouncer. Is it clear? It's pretty simple, right? See, this we know, this also we know, right? Everything we know. I just tell you that if you want to enforce some policies, right? So in that particular case, you can apply the policy at this MG level. That's what. Okay. So that is called as management group, centralized governance and control. If we want to port the policy to half group, then how do we do it in manually or any process in all one group? So very good question. So in that case, what you will do, you have one subscription. Let's suppose you have 50 subscription here and 50 here. So you can create one management group level and apply the policy over here so that it will apply one policy at this subscription, another policy at this subscription. Okay, is it clear? Understood? So that is what we can do it. Separating our subscription under management group level, we can enforce the policies. How many resources we need to learn for Azure Cloud Admin? There is no infinite answer for this question. Okay, there is no infinite answers to this question, but I will tell you what are the important resources you must know, right, for that time. Okay, we have all multiple resources here to, okay, we can make a management group as per, yes, we can make our management group as per our need and we can put the subscriptions under it. Okay, so it looks like this. Quickly, I will show you from the portal. If you go, see, this search bar is this search bar is a friend of you, right? So you can use this search bar for anything. You can type management group, go to this management group level. See, I can go to this management group level. And once it is there, you can see I can have the subscriptions option. Under this management group, you can have the subscription option. You can add the subscription over here. You can add the subscription over here. Once it is added, you can put the policy from here. Okay. So that's how we can do it. The management group, we can add it and we can apply the policy from there. Okay. So that is what we can do it. Clear, guys? I hope it is clear now. We have understood the fair enough, a good understanding. Now we can see we have seen about how to create the resource group. Now one practical we can do it how to create an Azure resources. Now one of you have asked this question that how many resources are very much important for us to understand, right? So in that particular case, what we can do that I will show you, I will make your life easier. Okay, by going to the portal, Azure portal, and there is something called as all services. See right hand side, it just like a, you can put it, click on this arrow, it will, you can do it like this. Okay, so I am into this left hand side, go to this all services guys. Okay, and you can see that I have so many services available. For compute I have so many resources or services. For containers, I have so many services. For database, I have so many services. Okay. But what is required for you to understand? We can have the compute engine coming. We can have the containers also coming. All these things are there. Okay. So in order to understand this thing, in order to do this practical of creating any resource for the particular thing of creating the storage account, I can go to the portal. I can type here storage account. I can type here storage account. It will, so basically storage account is nothing but the resources in the cloud, okay, which we are using, and we are creating them for our storage purposes. Okay, I can click on this create storage account. I will create a basic option guys. Okay, you see I select my subscription, I select my resource group. Which resource group? Box 1. See, under this drop down you will get multiple things, but you need to select the correct one. Box 1 and just a friendly name. Let's suppose Azure Made Easy, that is our organization name, STG account 01. Okay, so you can see that this is how I can do it, and region, right? So guys, one thing, please make it very clear whenever you are creating any resource, whether it is virtual machine, storage account, database, or whatever it is, you need a subscription, you need a resource group, you need a region, as well as you need an storage account name. So not storage account name, it will be like a different name, but at least basic thing what you need for any resource, whether it is virtual machine, database, or whatever it is, subscription, resource group name, and region name. If you want to note it down please somewhere that whenever you need to create any resource, subscription, resource group, and region is must. Okay, I can create the Mexico Central. Everything is done. I can select the random option. I'm just selecting a random option, guys. Don't worry about what is Azure file, what is LRS, ZRS. We will discuss when the right time comes. I can click on this review plus create, and this is how we are creating this first resource of us under box 1 resources. You can create this and you can click on create. This will create your storage account. Yes, you can use the India region also. But India is a country. What are the regions? Central India, West India, South India. These are the regions. So you have the liberty to always choose the region, not the country. Obviously, automatically, if you're selecting the region, it will be a region only. Okay, so that is what. So you can create the storage account like this, and it will be creating for you. Okay. So you can see that it will take some time, and your resource is will be created. Now, one thing I will show you, if you go to this resource group, guys, I will show you one thing very interesting. If you go to this box 01, right, there is something called as deployments. See, deployments you are having, right? And you can see that whatever the deployment you are doing in your particular resource group, obviously this resource, that is a storage account, is created under your resource group, right? Where it is creating in this thing. Okay, so here you can see that deploying. See, refresh. Whatever you are doing or whatever the resources you are having, if you want to fetch your deployment also from the resource group level, you can see it over here under the deployments tab. Okay, guys, clear? Just refresh it. It will take some time, and your resource is ready. Okay, we'll wait for some more time. Under the deployment, it will show you like this. Okay, so this is how we have created